Antarctica. Just the name sends a shiver down your spine, doesn't it? It's a place of extremes. A vast white desert at the bottom of our world. We've mapped the moon, we've sent rovers to Mars, but Antarctica remains one of the greatest mysteries on our own planet. It is a continent locked in ice, holding secrets that are thousands, maybe even millions of years old. Every expedition there feels like stepping onto another world, a world that is harsh, unforgiving, and deeply, deeply strange. The wind howls stories that no one can understand, and the silence that follows is even more profound. For most of history, this continent was just a myth. A rumored southern landmass to balance the world. Even after its discovery, it fought back against every attempt to explore it. It's a fortress of solitude guarded by raging seas and colossal icebergs. We think we know it with our research stations and our satellite images. But we are just guests here, clinging to the very edges of a place that doesn't want us. It's the Earth's final frontier, a place where the line between what we know and what we can only imagine is incredibly thin and blurred. The sheer scale of it is hard to comprehend. It's bigger than Europe. It's the driest, coldest, and highest continent on Earth. The ice sheet covering it is, in some places, miles thick. Imagine a landscape so alien that it's used to simulate missions to other planets. That's Antarctica. It's a place where survival is a minute-by-minute battle against the elements. The cold is so intense it can freeze exposed skin in seconds. This isn't just a location on a map. It's a challenge to our very idea of exploration and what it means to be human in the face of nature's raw power. This place guards its secrets well. Underneath all that ice, there are mountain ranges as big as the Alps. There are hidden lakes that haven't seen the light of day for millions of years. And then there's the edge, the place where the land of ice meets the endless dark ocean. This isn't just a coastline, it's a shifting, groaning and collapsing barrier. It's the very precipice of our known world. It's a place that dares you to ask what lies beyond. And that question is where our journey truly begins. When we talk about the edge of Antarctica, we're talking about its massive ice shelves. These are not your average ice floes. They are colossal floating platforms of ice, some as large as entire countries. The Ross ice shelf, for example, is about the size of France. It presents a sheer cliff of ice that towers hundreds of feet above the dark, frigid waters of the Southern Ocean. This is the Great Ice Barrier, a wall that has stopped explorers for centuries. It's a dynamic, living thing, constantly moving, cracking and carving off icebergs the size of cities. We have mapped this edge with satellites and ships. We know its general shape and size. We understand the science behind how these ice shelves form and move. Scientists drill into them, extracting ice cores that are like time capsules, telling us about Earth's ancient climate. They study the currents that flow beneath them and the hardy life that clings to existence in this extreme environment. We know the facts, the figures, the physics. But this knowledge feels different when you're actually there, standing before that immense wall of ice, listening to it groan and crack. The known facts are strange enough. The water beneath the ice is below freezing, but the immense pressure and salt content keep it liquid. Strange creatures like the colossal squid with eyes the size of dinner plates patrol these dark depths. The winds, called katabatic winds, can reach hurricane force as they pour off the high ice plateau. Then there are the bloodfalls, a plume of iron oxide-rich water that flows from a glacier, staining the ice a terrifying, deep red. It looks like the continent itself is bleeding. Each discovery just adds another layer to the mystery. But what we know is just the surface, literally. The ice shelves extend for miles out over the ocean, creating a vast dark cavity underneath. We have only explored a tiny fraction of this sub-ice world. It's a realm of total darkness, immense pressure, and unknown geography. We send remote vehicles into this abyss, and they send back tantalizing glimpses of a world we can barely imagine. The edge of Antarctica isn't just a physical place, it's the boundary of our understanding, a line we are constantly trying to push back, one discovery at a time. Now let's talk about what we don't know. This is where things get really interesting and frankly a little creepy. The deep ocean beneath the ice shelves is one of the least explored places on our planet. It's a world without sunlight, where the rules of life as we know it might be completely different. The pressure is crushing, the cold is absolute. It is the perfect environment for secrets. Every time we send a camera down there, we are peering into a realm that has been isolated from the rest of the world for eons. The darkness itself feels ancient and watchful. This is where the fear of the unknown really kicks in. What could possibly survive or even thrive down there? We've found small, resilient creatures, but the vastness of that hidden ocean is humbling. Sailors and explorers have long shared strange stories, tales of unidentified sounds picked up on sonar, moving in ways that defy our understanding of marine life. Some call it the bloop, a real ultra-low frequency sound recorded in 1997 whose source remains a topic of debate. While science suggests a cracking iceberg, the sound's profile was also consistent with a massive unknown organic creature. Think about the psychological effect of this place. You're surrounded by an endless expanse of white. The magnetic field is wonky, sometimes confusing compasses. The isolation is total. It's an environment that can play tricks on the mind. Researchers have reported feeling a strange sense of being watched. They have heard sounds on the ice at night that have no explanation. Is it just the wind, the ice shifting, or the mind creating phantoms in the desolate landscape? Or is it something else, something that has remained hidden under the ice, waiting? The fear isn't just about what monsters might lurk in the deep, it's also about what the continent itself is hiding. We know there are ancient ecosystems buried under the ice. What if something from a bygone era, a microorganism or something larger, has been perfectly preserved in that deep freeze? What would happen if, as the ice melts, we were to uncover it? The edge of Antarctica is a Pandora's box. It's scary not just because of what might be there, but because of what we might accidentally unleash upon the world. The stories coming out of Antarctica are not just from modern-day explorers. The lore surrounding the South Pole is rich with strange theories. Some old sea maps, like the Piri Reis map from 1513, appear to show the coast of Antarctica without its ice cap. This has led many to speculate about an ancient ice-free civilization. Could there be remnants of something or someone buried deep beneath the ice sheet? It sounds like science fiction, but the continent is so unexplored. Who's to say for sure what secrets it holds from the distant past? Then you have the more modern myths, fueled by the continent's remoteness and military presence. There are countless conspiracy theories about hidden bases and secret operations in Antarctica. People talk about strange lights in the sky, not just the aurora australis, but unidentified flying objects seen near the pole. These stories often tie back to the idea that we are not being told the full truth about what has been found there. While these are just theories, they feed into that primal feeling that Antarctica is a place apart from the rest of the world, governed by its own rules and its own secrets. The scientific facts themselves can sound like fiction. There are lakes like Lake Vostok buried under 2 miles of ice. These lakes have been sealed off from the outside world for millions of years. Scientists who have drilled down and sampled this water have found DNA from organisms we've never seen before. They are discovering a ghost ecosystem that has evolved in complete isolation. Each sample is a message from a lost world. It makes you wonder what else is down there in the hundreds of other subglacial lakes we haven't even touched yet. So we are left at the edge of this great mystery, a continent of ice that holds the history of our planet and perhaps secrets that are even older. It's a place that challenges us, scares us, and fascinates us. We push against its icy barrier, seeking answers with our drills, our cameras, and our courage. But for every question we answer, the continent seems to pose a dozen more. It makes you stand back and look at our small, fragile world in a new light. As we continue to probe its frozen heart, you have to ask yourself, are we discovering Antarctica, or is it discovering us?